So, in this year, in our class, we did a novel study on the breadwinner. So, to wrap up the whole novel study, we have a big project that each grade sixer has to do, and we all had options of what to do to end the big project. There was the first option was to write an epilogue, which means writing later in the future, or to write chapter 16. Or there was number 2, which had something to do with a metaphor in the book. Number 3 was to write it was a rating on the book, and number 4 was when Shazi and Parvana meet up in Paris, what do you think will happen in those years, and etc. So I chose option number 1 to make chapter 16 in a continuation of the story, because the way the story ended was ending it on a happy note in a really bad situation, because they don't know where their family are. They don't know if Parvana doesn't know if her family's killed or anything. All she knows is that her father is back from prison, and they're just trying to end it in the middle of a second journey, and it's so weird ending it so happily in such a bad situation. So I decided to make chapter 16 to end it on a completely different note, and this is all my own writing. And this basically takes place on a trip from Afghanistan. The capital of Afghanistan, which is Kabul, all the way to Mazar. And this takes place in 1998. After one night of sleep, Parvana realized that she had forgotten father's medicine, but it wasn't affecting him at the moment. It was a long ride, but Mount Parvana was all you could see. It seems the longer they went, the more anxious Parvana became. Was she going to find the rest of her family? Was Miss Weir home and Shazia make it safely to Pakistan? These questions rummaged through Parvana's head over and over again. Father started to cough again, so Parvana really wished she brought the medication. Nights were quiet on the truck, so quiet you'd think every living creature that existed had died. It was so dark that the only source of light was the truck and the stars in the sky. So one night, when they saw another source of light that was rather bright, Parvana and Father they were sure something was coming. Parvana and Father started to hear noises of a truck. Parvana and Father both knew what it was, but could only hope it was something else. Parvana and Father hing among the cargo of the truck. They both heard a very strict and strong and loud voice. Parvana decided to peek and realized it was a Talib. And at that exact moment, she heard a cop slip from her father's lips. The Talib, shocked at what he had just heard, called his friends to come check the truck. At this moment, Parvana was scared for her life. So in a very quiet voice and very comforting one, her father peeped, "Do not fear, my little Malali." And the reason I wrote "Do not fear, my little Malali," I don't remember how long ago, but in Afghanistan, there was a war between Afghanistan and England. That war was really tough for Afghanistan on their hand, because they didn't really have guns or anything, but England did. So they were starting to retreat, but there was this one girl named Malali, and she was shocked that everyone was retreating. So she climbed to the top of the mountain and spoke a word. I'm pretty sure she said, "Would you rather be a lion for one day or be a slave for 100 years?" She said something around that and inspired the army and led them into war against England. A victorious war for Afghanistan. But while they were winning, when England was retreating, they shot Malali. So in a way, it was like the way they the way this name is said in this text of father between Parvana, it's a meaning of bravery in their family. So whenever they wanted to be brave, Parvana would always refer to Malali, or her father would. And then the truck driver immediately said he was sick and tired from a long journey from Kabul. Then one of the Talibs came so close to Parvana and almost discovered her existence. Father was lucky the other Talib was busy asking questions. Are you headed to Pakistan for any reason? The Talib asked in curiosity. And before the driver could answer, Parvana heard a gunshot. She guessed that he was shot. All the Talibs started to laugh and walked back to their truck and drove back in the direction of Kabul. When Parvana and father were 100% sure that all the Talibs were gone, they emerged from their hiding spots, and they immediately looked to each other for what to do next. We'll have to go the rest of the way by foot, father explained to Parvana. But father, you are too ill to go by foot. We need a miracle to get to Mazar, Parvana told father. But when dawn neared, Parvana had a great idea. Sooner or later, another truck was going to come, and Parvana and father would get on it. They waited and waited day and night until they saw another source of light. Father seemed to be hungry, so thankfully Parvana had kept some of the apricots that Shazia had given her before she left. Parvana offered one to father, but he refused. It's better if I ate knowing that we are on our way to Mazar, father said. The truck that they saw coming stopped in front of them. The driver curiously checked the driver of the truck that Parvana and father were on. And when the driver was distracted, Parvana went as fast as she could, trying to help father. But when they finally got inside the truck, they realized they weren't alone. And that's all I wrote.
So you wrote all this by yourself?
Yeah.
With your own words? Wow. How long did it take you to write that story? I mean, the chapter 6?
2 days.
2 days? With your own word and everything yourself?
Yeah.
Wow. And you said it's not finished yet?
I might keep it to this length, but might just edit it a little bit.
Okay. Wow. Are you planning to be an editor? Because that's I mean, that's a good thing, huh?
I like writing, but it's interesting for me. I can only write when I have inspiration right in front of me. And when I have inspiration, I just have to write.
And I understand you're writing another book just by your own word. I mean, how far are you so far?
I'm at almost in the middle of the story. I'm just trying to get a good structure before jumping into the big storyline. So.
Okay, you can start slowly and then you can do some business on the thing that you do. I mean, once you write book and we can publish and get some money out of it. Well, you get some money, not me, I get money. Are you planning that way? Having a business mindset?
Not in a business mindset. I just like to write for just knowing that I'd write and it could affect someone in a way. That just helped. That's really what makes me love writing, because I love to read, and my favorite authors, they know that they're writing to help other people, not help other people, but bring out your creativity, help you speak for yourself. I don't want to write for the sake of money, honestly.
And that's critical, actually. We always do things to support people who are in need. Yeah, and for those people who has been successful, it's always wants to give back to other people. So I'm inspired with what you commented and what you said. So yeah, I'm looking forward for that chapter to be finished and hopefully share with us. And yeah, that's cool.
So comment, and subscribe. Peace.
I didn't expect that though, Aliciana.